Here's my risk management strategy for investing in VeVe NFTs, plus my secret market research technique for real value assessment. Let's break this down. What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro, and I'm back again with some very pertinent and useful information to help you in your VeVe NFT investment plans. Okay, I've been seriously busy for the last week and a half, and have been bored to tears and really frustrated watching all these crazy pricing videos. And I thought to myself, how about sharing something that's actually usable and giving you a chance to maximize your profits as you're on this road to making money by investing in VeVe NFTs. So we're going to start out in talking about why it is important to have a risk management strategy while you're in this game investing in VeVe NFTs. And then I'm going to give you my secret technique on how I get real value assessment out of these collectibles that we're buying. And it's really, really important that you know how to get real value instead of trusting what people think the possible pricing should be for various popular collectibles. So let's just start this right now. I've got my notes here because there's so much good information I want to share with you. So I'll be looking down at my notes. First of all, we're going to talk about balancing maximum profits and sensible risk management. Now, of course, everybody wants to go to the moon and make a ton of money and get rich really quick. So we want to load up on all these NFTs and sell them at the top price at the peak of the market. But then there is also the real risk factor of a bubble. What happens if we have an NFT bubble and the prices come down? What happens if the market dips? What happens if we have another black swan event that tanks the stock market and rocks the crypto world after you have loaded up on tons of these VeVe NFTs? Well, anything is possible in this crazy world. That's why we have to balance it off between maximum profits and also being careful and safe. All right, so right now, some of the ways that people are making money on this is by trading and meeting people on Telegram. And it's a risky thing. And of course, as you've probably read, a lot of people have been getting scammed where people will cut a deal and then the person sends them their beloved VeVe NFT and then they don't get the money. So that's a real thing. And because of that, we're seeing a lot of people using escrow services. If you don't know what that is getting a person who is an intermediary, a middleman, who says, okay, you pay the money here and then you provide the NFT. I'll verify that the money was sent and I'm holding it. And then after you deliver that NFT over here, I'll release that collectible to the seller. So that's a safer way to do it. And then they charge a fee for that. Now, one of the most well-known escrow services out there is eBay. That's right. eBay is a much safer place to exchange than just cutting deals on Telegram and trusting that an individual is going to send you an NFT after you have paid them in your gems. Okay, so there are disadvantages to selling outside of the VeVe market, the VeVe marketplace. So first of all, there's no coin burn that happens when you exchange your NFTs outside of the platform. And some people get all bent out of shape with folks that sell on eBay and they claim they're ruining it for the company because they don't get the coin burn. So I think that, hey, the company is aware of that. They're aware of the outside sales. And that's just part of what goes along with this because they don't have the platform set up just yet where we can do this and generate income. More on that in just a minute. All right, so when we sell outside of the platform, even using escrow services like eBay, we still have the risk of stupid people where someone might buy an NFT thinking it's an actual collectible figurine and then they don't want to pay. Or maybe they get distracted and they just don't pay, period. They bid something up higher than the money that they have and they don't give you the cash at the end. We also have the chance of the dreaded chargeback. If somebody accuses you of not delivering what they wanted, or they say it's the wrong number or whatever that they make up, they can file a complaint with eBay and then freeze up the money that is coming your way. Okay, that's a risk. Finally, there's the PayPal hold. If you don't have the PayPal premium or business account, I've got like a business account. I've been using PayPal since, oh man, way back in the year 2000 when I was stripping out computers and selling stuff on eBay. And so I had so many sales, I was able to upgrade to the premium account. What that allows me to do is when I sell something on eBay, they don't hold my money for 30 days because I'm a trusted seller. So they think, hey, we'll go ahead and let you have the money right now. That's a perk of having that business account. And then if a chargeback happens, they know that I'm going to square up with them, PayPal, and they don't have to worry about chasing the money down and getting it back. So if you have a premium or a business PayPal account, that can get you beyond that. All right, so reasons for selling on eBay. Let's talk about that for a minute. Well, the number one reason is that the market is not open for everybody. It's not open for me. My market is not open. There are several people who have already had their markets being turned on, and it's on the app and they're already trading. There's listings going on and people are selling. So that's one reason why some are using eBay. Now, the other reason why people are using eBay is because they're getting USD cash. Now, we're selling back and forth on the VeVe app and you're selling and getting gems. Right now, we don't have a gem to USD conversion. It hasn't happened yet. And they're saying that it might happen in, I think it was Q2 or Q3, I'm not sure. And so while you can't convert your gems to USD, you can sell on eBay and get that money right now. And the fees are pretty reasonable. It's only about 10%. So you can mark up your item to make up for the fees that you're giving up on eBay and get that cash. And so lastly, for eBay, it's just a safe place to sell. They've been around forever, since the 90s. Okay, so we know that it's a trusted place where you can transact. And I'll tell you this, they have a new category now for digital collectibles. Okay, they understand now that NFTs are selling like crazy, so they have a category for that. I was worried at first thinking that eBay, if they caught you selling NFTs and it was not a physical product, that you would get banned or get your account suspended, like they did years and years and years ago when they put an end to people selling digital products, when you were selling an ebook or selling, a PDF file of a business plan. So when they put that ban in place, people started putting their information on a CD and selling a physical product. But it looks like eBay has finally come around and they understand that the digital world is the future and people are going to transact buying and selling digital items. Okay, let's move to the next category and talk about valuation. So everybody is aware of this spreadsheet here. This is from the, what is the name of it? The Hive Market. There's VeVe Masters. You have these different folks that are collecting data and giving you the values of NFTs. Now, this one is not up to date because I stopped looking at it. But at any rate, here's what you have. You have like your different collectibles that are listed here. Say, for instance, the number 100 Todd McFarlane Batman Black and White series, retail price of $79. Is it sold out? They put a little true there. And then you roll over to here and it says the base price is $2,000 and the premium price for like a special number 1 or number 100 or whatever, it could be upwards of $30,000. So then you scroll up here and they say if you're looking for a quick flip, this is not the place to value your prices. Whoops, I just jumped to NBA Top Shots. I clicked the link there. Sorry about that. And so they're saying that these prices are what you would expect in 2 to 9 months. It's not what things are selling for right now. Now, my first thing that I'm going to say is, how do we know that nothing is going to change in the next 2 to 9 months? How do we know there's not going to be a black swan event? How do we know there won't be a big, huge NFT bubble that actually affects the VeVe NFTs, which I think we're a little bit more safe from the general NFT market? That's why this whole thing is of no use for me, because these are not actual prices just because they claim this is what they think people are going to buy it for. Hogwash. So let's just get rid of that. And I'm going to show you how I value NFTs. And let's get rid of this NBA site there. I use eBay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you this little spreadsheet, a little preview of this spreadsheet. And then we're going to jump back over and show you my method of how I did this. So what I do is collect data, real data on as sold auctions and buy it now listings of what things are selling for on eBay. So instead of depending on what the Hive people think that something's going to sell for, I'm going to go to my spreadsheet because I know what people are actually paying for it on eBay. So we can jump down to Todd McFarlane Batman, and I've got dates up here, 30th of March, 31st, and April 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I got to update the last couple of days. So I list the details as a common FA 5700. Actually, that's 7500. I typed that backwards. Now, on March the 30th, the highest price of one that sold was 905. I always put the highest prices. I want to know what is possible. The next day, the highest price was 820. On April the 1st, the highest price was 1,000. And then we see that it jumped down to 680. That was the highest price on April 3rd. So the curve kind of went up, down, way up, and now it's back down again. So I can track the trends of what's going on there. Now, let's talk about the method here, and then we're going to come back to some more details about this spreadsheet and talk about bubbles and how you can kind of protect yourself with a contingency plan. And this is my risk management plan. Okay, so here we go. How to do this. Here we're on the eBay site. Now, some people, you might know about this trick, but other people don't know about this trick if you're new to eBay. Now, I'm going to search. I'm going to just put VeVe NFT and click the search button. And of course, we're going to come up with every auction that is listed. So here we can see the Ultraman 2D. Somebody's trying to sell that for $4,200, a best offer, $500 for a Becky Cloonan, $18,000 for a Moogly, the Platinum, $60 for Finn Mertens. You get the idea. But how do we know if people are actually buying these? Well, here's the trick. If you don't know about this, congratulations, you're going to love this idea. Click right here on Advanced. And then when we get here, we see we have a search including and 3 choices: title and description, completed listings, or sold listings. That is your golden opportunity right there to know what people are paying. So I'm just going to select sold listings and hit the search. Now, this is only going to list the ones that have sold. Holy cow, what? Holy smokes. All right, so the Ultraman Rare, Secret Rare, somebody paid $8,250 for this. 43 bids. That's crazy. I got one of them coming, but it hadn't come yet. Post in the comments below if you were one of the lucky ones that will have one of these Ultraman Secret Rare First Appearance 2Ds coming. I do, but I haven't gotten it yet. I want to know. All right, back to the point. Let's just scroll down. And we can see these. Gary Frank Batman, 165. VeVe Ultraman Ace NFT Rare, 501.80. That was 19 bids on an auction. Here's a Pepperino that has a line through it, 135. So that means it had a best offer, which was accepted, but they don't tell you what the final offer was. But it's less than that 135, so I can't use that. Here's a Blossom that went best offer, less than 110. Here's a VeVe Ultraman, went for 194.99, less than that. Now, on my spreadsheet, let's just jump back over to my spreadsheet here, and let's look at Ultraman. Here we go on the common, and as we can see on my spreadsheet, highest price several days ago was $232. Then it went to $200. The next day, $205, $207, and then $199. Now we see that it's going less than the $199, actually less than $194. But that might not be the only one. So we just scroll on down and we see these as sold prices and whether they were auctions or buy it now. So it looks like the ones going for the highest prices are the ones that go for auction. Case in point, someone did a buy it now for $39.99, $4,000, while this one, they let it fly for auction and got $8,250. So it looks like you need to put this sucker on auction, and then you also need to study on the best days to close an auction. You want to list it for 3 to 7 days and close it on a Saturday night or a Sunday night. Now, with my 20 plus years of eBay experience, I can tell you that works. Okay, list them when they close on a Sunday night or a Saturday night. Sunday night is my favorite one, and I'll have several of these that I'm going to put up for sale to close this Sunday night. So you get the point here. Wow, Jake the dog at 192 bucks. Man, that's insane. Okay, 356. This was mine. This is my first test. I had 8 bids, and my Harley Quinn Babstar went for 356, which is a little bit less than what I had been tracking, because on my spreadsheet, I had the last one at 460, but not a lot have sold. So, hey, that's better than nothing. I paid what, 60, 70 bucks for it? And I'm going to take that money instead of sitting on it. I've got 5 left. But I'm going to take this money and invest it into crypto. So even though I've sold it a little early, I should be able to 10x that 356 and go buy some of my favorite projects that are still sitting out there to buy. All right, so that is how I do my trick. Now let me show you one more thing, and then I'm going to move on to the risk management plan. Let's go back to advanced. Now this time I'm going to go completed listings instead of sold listings, and I'll tell you why. When you do it this way, you're going to see all the ones that also did not sell. Okay, so this is interesting. No bids on a $100 Darwin Cook. So here we have some green, and then you'll see on all of the unsold ones in black, Todd McFarlane, Batman at 729, it didn't go. And then we can see how many are selling versus how many don't sell. Now, notice here, here's one of the Ultraman Secret Rare. Started at 1,000, no bids. Buy it now, 2,000, while somebody else had tons of bids and it went to 8,000 bucks. That tells me this person did not list it on the right day with the right time. And maybe they didn't market it very well. You know, post it on Twitter and tell people about it. Post it in forums, let people go crazy over it. Okay, so that is the tip on comparing bought to unsold items. And it looks like we've got about a 50-50 balance here of ones that are selling and ones that are not selling. So that's my tip for that. All right. Now, let's move right along. Watching the trends. Here is why it is important to watch these trends, okay? We want to stay ahead of a bubble if a bubble happens, all right? And when you're watching these trends on eBay, if you see prices going down in general instead of going up, you know that it might be a good idea to be careful about how long you hold on to these things. And it might be temporary, but that's just something to watch. Now, here's another thing about watching the trends. We got to watch what happens now that the VeVe market has opened. My question is, how will that affect the prices, the valuation of these items that are already sold out? Okay, so when we see a bunch of these listed on eBay and then we come into the market, sometimes I notice in the VeVe market, people will list something for several $100s less than what it could go for. Or you might have a huge gap where there's like 10 of them listed at 500 bucks and then some dunderhead has listed one for $200. Why they do that, I don't know. But it seems like you would want to be right underneath the lowest price and not leaving that much money on the table. But here's the thing. The VeVe marketplace is in the early stages. You can't sort according to price. We can't see that. And there are a lot of bid auction style listings where you'll click on it and the auction is already closed, but it's still listed on there. And there's some hanging on from before they had the marketplace when they had closed it. So before it was shut down, there are some that are still out there that are listed and they're closed. So they got a ways to go. I think that eventually over time, they're probably going to get around to the point where they're going to be like eBay, where you're going to be able to sort. And you're going to be able to say, look at prices low to high. And maybe if they're nice enough to us, they'll be able to let us look at the auctions that have sold so we can watch the trending data. Can't do that right now. All right, here's the next question on trends. How will the increasing frequency of future drops affect the prices of the items that have already sold out? All right. What happens to the price of Todd McFarlane Batman whenever we're having 2 or 3 drops a week? Is it going to go up or down? Are people going to still place as much value on that Todd McFarlane because it's sold out? Or will it draw people away because now they're spending money on the available drops, the items that they can get their hands on? If there are more people that are wanting to buy the stuff that is fresh and out there and not fighting over all of what's left right now because you can't buy anything, the demand will go down and that could drop the price. So we'll just have to see. I'm not saying that'll happen, but it's just something that you need to think about. All right. That would be wise. Now, here's another thing. Selling on eBay versus the VeVe market. All right. The first thing is the obvious. Getting back to the point I made a little earlier. There is no gem to USD conversion yet. Now, I had written them before because I was super confused about how when they take in $100, they take 30% and that goes to Coinburn, $30, and then 70 goes to whatever the collectible is. So I asked them flat out, when are you guys, number one, going to have gem back to USD conversion? And they said in the future. And then I said, well, is it going to be 30%? Is that going to be the house fee on that? And they said, well, no. And I said, well, what is it? We don't know. To be determined. So I think they said Q2 or Q3 we're supposed to have that conversion. So that is yet another reason why, let's say, if you want to manage your risk and not be left holding an entire bag, if something happened really bad and you've got 1,000 gems and then you can't convert that to cash, or the value of those gems that is anchored in the value of the OMI token, what is the chances of it not staying as a stable coin? Because right now it's a stable coin. Well, whatever the case, it might be wise to sell some off of the platform so you can cover some of your investment. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell enough off platform, maybe a small percentage, maybe 5 to 10%, and cover my initial investment because I've got 220 of these things sitting on my app. And I want to sell enough that I cover the base and let the rest ride for free. Then I'm not in as much of a risk. If something happens, if a bubble bursts, or if there's a black swan event, I'm not risking anything because I'm free and clear. And then if everything just continues going up, hey, I'll take it to the moon and make a ton of money. So that's why I am balancing it out. But let me know what you do. Have you sold any of yours on the market? Is your market open? Have you considered selling on eBay? What are your thoughts about the risks of waiting versus selling some of your items? I sure like to know. So let me know in the comments. And also, if you want to hear more strategy, more real advice, instead of the same old boring people that are just talking about the drops, we got enough information about that and enough of the people saying OMI is going to go to $1. And then the next week, well, it'll just go to 20 cents. Well, it's 50 cents. Nobody knows. But if you like this information, real strategy, how to put money in your pocket right now, post it in the comments and let me know, because I got a whole lot more of this than what I'm sharing with you right now today. So I want to hear back from you. That's about all I got for now. Like and subscribe if you would. And hey, I'm glad to have you. Glad to be back. I'll have more content coming for you. Yay! So we'll see you soon. Will you see you soon? All right. I can't talk tonight. That's all I got. We out.